He built an empire from a garage, a name that echoed across continents. Jeff Bezos, the king of e-commerce, the ruler of cloud technology, the richest man in modern history. But something was coming. A twist even the world's smartest CEO never predicted. A loss, not just of money, but of power, control, and the throne he once ruled alone. This is not just a story of a billionaire. This is a story of how a king lost his crown. It was 1994. Inside a small Seattle garage, a man typed away at a modest computer, surrounded by books and boxes. That man was Jeffrey Preston Bezos. What began as a tiny online bookstore quickly became something else, Amazon.com. By 1997, Amazon had gone public. By 2000, it was expanding into music, electronics, even cloud computing. But it was in 2006 that Jeff made the move that changed everything. Amazon Web Services, AWS, a cloud service that would silently become the backbone of the internet. Behind the scenes, Bezos was building not a store, but an empire. By 2015, Amazon had crossed $100 billion in revenue. By 2018, Jeff Bezos had officially become the richest man on Earth. But power, real power, comes with shadows. And what followed, no one could have predicted. It started in January 2019. Bezos made a shocking announcement. He was divorcing his wife of 25 years, MacKenzie Scott. Why? Because the world had just discovered something Bezos didn't expect. A tabloid leak, personal texts, photos, a private affair, made public. In the settlement, MacKenzie walked away with 25% of Amazon stock, worth $36 billion. The richest man alive took a financial and personal hit that shook Wall Street. But this was only the beginning. Behind the perfect CEO image, cracks were forming. Amazon employees began speaking out. Toxic workplace culture, union protests, allegations of overworking and underpaying. In 2020, during the COVID-19 boom, Amazon's profits soared, but so did criticism. And then, in February 2021, Bezos did something no one expected. Effective Q3 2021, I will transition to executive chair of the Amazon board. That was Bezos's official statement. After 27 years of building the most powerful online business in the world, he stepped down as CEO. Publicly, he said it was to focus on Blue Origin, his space company. But behind the scenes, insiders whispered something else. He was losing grip, losing focus, and the throne. It wouldn't stay empty for long. In 2021, while Jeff was dealing with board transitions and PR disasters, Elon Musk was rising. Tesla's stock exploded. SpaceX launched rockets faster than Blue Origin could plan them. Then came the moment. In September 2021, Forbes officially declared Elon Musk has surpassed Jeff Bezos as the richest man in the world. Bezos, who once stood at $211 billion net worth, was now second, watching his own throne from a distance. He had lost the title, lost the momentum, lost the narrative. In July 2021, Jeff Bezos boarded the Blue Origin New Shepard flight to edge Musk in the space race. But the world wasn't impressed. It was a 10-minute ride with no real mission. Meanwhile, Musk mocked Bezos on Twitter, posting a silver medal emoji, a public jab at the man he had dethroned. The silent war had turned public, and Wall Street noticed. Amazon stock, once the most dependable, began underperforming compared to Tesla. In 2022, Amazon faced its first quarterly loss in 7 years. Bezos's net worth fell from $211 billion to under $125 billion. That's a $86 billion loss in less than a year. Some said he focused too much on legacy, not enough on leadership. Others whispered he stepped down, but the throne stepped away first. Bezos now appeared in public, leaner, tanned, with a new partner, Lauren Sanchez, partying on yachts, attending galas, smiling for the cameras. But his critics said something else. This isn't the Jeff Bezos who built Amazon. This is a man trying to feel in control again. The Amazon founder was now in the background of his own empire. Andy Jassy, the new CEO, took charge, but the magic wasn't the same. Shareholders started questioning, where's Bezos and what does he want now? In late 2022, Amazon laid off over 10,000 employees, the biggest cut in its history. PR nightmares continued, from warehouse protests to antitrust lawsuits. And Bezos? He started talking publicly about giving away his fortune. I want to give away the majority of my wealth to charity. A noble move? Or a quiet admission that the empire he built no longer needed him, that the battle was already lost? But Jeff Bezos is no ordinary man. In 2023, Blue Origin won a NASA contract to build a lunar lander. Amazon quietly acquired iRobot, MGM Studios, and pushed harder into AI and logistics. And whispers began again. He's coming back, not as CEO, but as a power behind the curtain. He now lives in Miami, closer to his space base, and closer to influence. In interviews, his tone has changed. Not aggressive, not boastful, just one message. The journey isn't over. So what really happened? Did Jeff Bezos lose his throne or simply loan it? He lost $86 billion, lost the richest man title, lost his marriage, and stepped back from the company he built from nothing. But maybe he never wanted to rule forever. Maybe the real story is not about loss, but about letting go. In the end, power isn't holding on, it's knowing when to release. This was the rise, the fall, and maybe the rebirth of Jeff Bezos. Stay awake, because the next chapter might already be in motion. Subscribe for more billionaire breakdowns, where fortunes rise and fall.